Konnichiwa. As I told you last week, this week I will be covering a Japanese beverage. And konnichiwa is a typical Japanese greeting. Now, I also told you last week that I would have my Japanese translator here, Miss Aiko, but alas, she is not. She did not want to go out of the house. So I am going to have to muddle through this Japanese wording on my own. Hang on, kids. This is going to be fun. All right, so what is tonight's beverage? It's Choya Umeshu. Okay, see, I told you, and Miss Lyko would have just like, no problem. Basically what it is, it's a plum wine. Japanese plum wine. Kind of a misnomer because actually it's a liqueur, plum liqueur. And right here is, we got the bottle right here. And again, as you can see, I'm sure all this is written somewhere in English, and I'm just kind of ad-libbing as we go here. So, but it is, the actual term on the bottom is Kokuto Umeshu. And I'll describe that here in a second. Authentic Japanese ume liqueur. Now, like I said, it is a liqueur, and 3 simple ingredients. Ume, which is a plum. Shochu, which is actually a Japanese distilled beverage. And that's where you get the alcohol. And kokuto. Now the first one, ume, like I said, are plums. And let me show you one right here. These are kind of the larger ones. They come in different sizes. And it's kind of a dried plum. And then it is soaked. And it is it's a unique taste. Here, let me try this for you. And kids, remember, I am unsupervised, but I do have eye protection, which is why I am using the chopsticks, okay? Actually, this is not as tart or harsh as the other ones I've had because that's actually soaked in vinegar. And actually, this one's pretty pleasant. What you can do with this, in addition to making the liqueur wine, is wrapping this in rice and then wrapping the rice ball in seaweed. Delicious, and gives you power, energy. Excuse me. Does have a little pit in there. But anyways, that's the first, the Umi plums. Now the shochu is, like I said, a Japanese distilled beverage. I got my notes right there. And it's usually distilled from rice, kome, or barley can be used, which is called mushi, among other items. Sweet potatoes, even carrots. They use everything for this. And alone, shochu has a stronger taste than wine or sake, but it's weaker than Japanese whiskey. And the last is kokuto. Now, what makes it special? Kokuto is black sugar and is a special type of sugar in Japan, very sought after. Now, technically, I said black sugar. Technically, it is brown sugar, but due to its coloring, that's why it's called black sugar. And unlike most brown sugars, which is created by combining molasses and refined sugar, refined white sugar, kokuto is derived by slowly cooking down pure sugarcane juice. And that's how you come to obtain it. And that's the difference between the Japanese brown sugar, black sugar, and American brown sugar. Okay, now tell me true, how many out there right now are humming the song from the Rolling Stones? Or at least came through the mind once. All right. Now, a little thing about the Umi liqueur is there's over 300 different brands in Japan. It's very popular, and there is said to be countless more homemade recipes, as this is very easy to produce at home. So, and they don't have to sit out in the backwoods of Tennessee or Kentucky doing it either. So, anyways, to enjoy it, it is said best to enjoy chilled or over ice or in a cocktail. I mean, there are many uses for this drink. And due to the tartness, they said, and the sweetness, it is often replaces vermouth in some drinks, that some people make. And so that'd be interesting to try. Tonight I'm going to try it neat, and then I'm also going to try it with some crushed ice. Now, the bottle I picked up right here, like I said, actually I found in a nice little beverage shop in Columbus on Veterans Boulevard. It's called Columbus Beverage Superstore. And it is really a nice place. A lot of different suggestions, a lot of different products. A lot of products from Japan if you are into Japanese liquor. Not only this one, but you also have various types of Japanese whiskey and Japanese sake, to include cucumber sake. Sounds interesting. But that is for another review. And hopefully my translator will be here. But for tonight's review, let's go for it. All right. Like I said, first we're going to do straight up. As you can see, black color. Now they also said this is was originally derived as a cough medicine, as a medicine, and which is pretty interesting. So you got the color. And you can pick up the aroma of the plums. Maybe a slight apricot also in there, but the aroma is very pleasant. It's very light. And let's. Oh, and one more thing. I know you're all anxious to see me try this, but, and this is your Jeopardy question for the night. What is the Japanese equivalent to the American or British cheers? German, it's Prost. In Japan, it's kanpai. Kanpai. Wow. That is a very sweet drink. You can pick up the umi like I just tried. Very good. Yeah, it is very sweet. And to let you know, you don't pick up really the alcohol. I can see this is going to be dangerous. Now let me go ahead and do a little over crushed ice. I say crushed ice, I sat so long. All right, again. Just gonna let it get a little bit colder in here. Come by. Now my first one was not really chilled. Over ice, I like it a lot better. So try some of this over ice. Right there. This is a very good drink. This is really good. I honestly was not sure about it. But, and it's best, with, if you want to eat some Japanese food or Oriental food, I've got this right here. It's potato chunks wrapped around mozzarella cheese. Down here, there's some kind of hot dog thing. The package says it's a fish hot dog. I'm really not sure, but I'll try this a little bit later. I'll wash it down with some of this. God, I love it. So, anyway, and real quick, special shout out. I would have never found Columbus Beverage Superstore with without the help of Gabriella. So I just want to give a shout out to her. Thank you.